Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. It's time for the Mayor's Report, and with me this morning I have Mayor Michael Beamish. Good morning.
Well, hi Clint, and good morning David, and good morning everybody who's listening to the show today. We have a lot of exciting things happening. It is December.
Yes, we have made it to December.
Still
a little wet though. Usually it's a little colder and a little whiter.
It is. It's been interesting. I would consider this a fall season type weather, but it's been a wonderful fall for us. We've had a lot of good things happening, and certainly December we have to think that it is going to be in the winter season, and that means we can talk about that in a little bit, about some of the weather conditions that could be out there. So we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. I know we've got cold coming, I'm sure. Last weekend, great weekend for the Grand Illumination. Had a great time. A little wet again, but a nice turnout.
Well, it was a nice turnout. It was a little drizzly, but the weather, temperature-wise, was very nice for this time of year. And of course, the downtown looks beautiful. I mean, it's well lit, and the tree, thanks to Roger Adams, gorgeous. You can even see it coming down West Main, heading into town. It's wonderful, and I got to give a shout out to the Western Ohio Home Builders Association. Proudy Plaza is a hub of activity with that Santa house.
The Santa house is, talk about beautiful, outside and inside.
Well, I'm sure Santa's enjoying that newly constructed Santa house here in Troy. And again, a big shout out to Santa. He's busy time this year, and he finds time to join us on the weekends here leading up to Christmas. And it's just, shop downtown, because these are our downtown merchants. And I've always said this is the living room of our community, and our small businesses are really, they need your support at this holiday time and to keep our downtown vibrant.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing that I see about shopping small, and when we say shop small, it means shop our downtowns. And what the downtown stores have to offer is stuff that you are not going to find at the big box stores.
Absolutely.
They're unique.
Absolutely, and plus it's that personal touch as well. When they go into the stores, the owners are there.
They're your neighbors. Yeah, they're living within your own community.
Absolutely, and so we think the downtown is a wonderful look at this time of year, and it's a great opportunity to bring family downtown. And there's restaurants, there's retail. I mean, you can find it. Obviously, I mentioned the Santa house with Santa on the weekends. It's a wonderful thing to be downtown and to be in Troy and throughout Miami County.
And the Grand Illumination, what a great time. You did every year you do, 'twas the month before Christmas. And you rework it every year, so it's just perfect for...
You picked up on that, Clint. We did, up until actually when we walked down to the stage. We were looking at the temperature, because normally it would be very cold.
Yes.
Well, it was cool. It was rainy, so we had to make some adjustments. It was a full moon, but it was rainy and drizzly, and you didn't see it, so we had to make some adjustments. But that's the fun part for the Beamish family, and Jenny is she enjoys doing this, and I enjoy doing the reading, and with apologies to C. Clement Moore, of course. But it was a nice turnout for the kind of conditions that we had, and Santa just counted down, and that tree lit up, and everything else around it was great.
Everything went off without a hitch. And I loved having the bands down here, the entertainment downtown.
Rum River Blend.
Yes, they sounded great. Of course, we carried it live on the air for the duration of the program downtown.
Well, I appreciate, again, this is what Troy Community Radio is all about, is highlighting community events, and that was certainly a gala event for all who came down. And my gosh, people waited an hour to see Santa after the countdown.
And Mrs. Claus came in. They came in on even one of the new fire trucks.
Absolutely. It was just, we didn't have the parade this year, but we had other features that just added to the ambiance of the Christmas and holiday season.
Oh, from the kettle corn to the carriage rides, and everything was real nice down here. So grand illumination is behind us. The tree's lit. Everyone's starting their holiday shopping. But with the wet weather and things haven't froze yet, there's still some leaves out there that folks can take care of, and they're still out collecting the leaves.
I appreciate you mentioning that. We are in our final round. This is the final round. We are in December, and we will be through the zones of Troy collecting leftover leaves. And so if you see those in your yard and you want them picked up, now's the time to get them out to the curb. And you and I always talk about this, leave enough room so that rain water can wash into the storm sewers and not clog or back up into yards. So
now we're in round 3 now.
We are starting December 1st. We started with the round 3, the final round. I have to emphasize that because otherwise you can go and purchase the Troy bags and put those extra leaves and brush and things in those bags and put them out on trash day, and they'll pick those up. However, if you just want to rake them out, and Clint, you always mention this, I'll just highlight it, keep sorting from sticks with leaves, because that just keeps our equipment moving forward and more effective and efficient as we go through this last round.
That way we don't get anything clogged up in the works or wind up right here at the end and have a piece of equipment break down because of branches that were underneath the leaves.
That's right.
We've got another action-packed weekend. Lots of things happening.
Well,
the Hayner is one.
Oh, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was down at the Hayner this past week where they had a holiday show featuring Jim Riley, and it was a wonderful program. But I was looking at this weekend, and I was looking at all the entertainment venues and possibilities, and I came across the name on that will be on Sunday at the Hayner Cultural Center as part of their holiday open house. And if you haven't ever been to the Hayner during the Christmas season,
it's beautiful.
You need to go there just to walk around. But I saw the name of one Clint Myers as a quartet, I believe.
No, it's just me.
It's just you. Okay,
well,
tell us about. I saw you on the docket. It looks like we may be singing.
Singing, yes. Going to do a Christmas song. David's going to accompany me on the piano. So
okay, I saw that David Wyan.
Yes,
beautiful musician.
Oh, absolutely,
by the way, pianist.
I couldn't pass up that opportunity. So when they asked, I said, "Well, sure."
Well, when you think about, there's things going on both Saturday and Sunday at the Hayner as part of their holiday open house, and a lot of musicians playing, a lot of entertainment, the look. It just gets you into that joyous 'tis the season, and it's a wonderful opportunity. But that's not the only thing coming up. Both at the Hayner, I believe on December the 17th, which I think is a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have the Oakwood Brass.
Oh, yeah.
And I know a couple of the members that participate because they used to be part of the Band of Flight. And now they're coming as I think they're a quintet.
Okay.
But they're going to be at the Hayner as well, and I believe that's a 7:30 Thursday night, December 17th program. So the action, the entertainment, it just keeps on going. But let's talk about Hobart Arena. We just finished the Elvis concert, holiday concert, on December the 6th. That's a Sunday coming up. You still got time to get your tickets. and this is the Celtic Tenors, which is they travel around the world, but they're going to perform the Celtic Tenor Christmas. It is the same program that they will be doing on Friday night at the Schuster Center. They're just bringing it up and sharing that with all of us Northern Miami Valley folks at the Hobart Arena.
They sound, by the way, I have their album, and they sound fabulous.
Great sound.
Yes.
We've heard them before, and I would certainly say if you really want to get into that holiday spirit, go and see them up close and personal. That is the 3 o'clock show at the Hobart Arena. I just want to make sure that is, we've been talking about evening things, that is the Sunday afternoon, but you still have time to get tickets and go and enjoy that. If that's not what you want to do, and we've talked about a lot of entertainment, Troy Civic Theater. Troy Civic Theater has their program, a nice family gathering is what they're calling it, a nice family gathering. They're going to be doing that this weekend at the Troy Civic Theater, and then they'll follow that up and do the same program the following week on the 11th and 12th. So, gosh, I mean...
So many things happening. I know Lincoln Community Center has their holiday open house as well.
Thank you for bringing that up, and that's a sign-in auction, and that benefits the Lincoln Community Center as well, and I think that's from 4 to 6 or sometime around, and that is Saturday night, I believe. So you got time to go visit that too. So I'm happy about this. It's a joyous time of the year. There is a reason for the season, and I hope people never forget that. But it is an opportunity for us and share a kind smile to one another, and maybe a kind word it goes a long way. But 'tis the season.
Absolutely. 'Tis the season, too, when we're thinking about weather. Could be slick out on the roadways. Some bad weather driving.
Well, we talked about the leaves. And even if the leaves, you put the rain, leaves, or any kind of icy conditions, and it makes for slippery conditions. And so I would just say, as we head into December, January, those winter months, that we remember to be very cautious, allow a lot of distance between cars, never knowing what's underneath on the pavement. Be careful for pedestrians, especially at this time of season. They're out and about, and they're thinking presents and family and all those things, and so we want everybody to be safe during this season. And if we get snow, let's not forget the same procedures that we say about leaves. Get that snow shoveled so there is a drainage into the storm sewer. You mentioned this many times about the fire hydrants.
Keep them clear.
Thank you.
Certainly we don't want to have to use them, but if you had to get to it quickly, if there were a fire in your neighborhood, you would want to make sure that the truck could pull up, locate it, attach, and do that quickly. So make sure you go out with your shovel if you have one of those that's out by your curbside, and keep it clear.
That's right. Thank you for that tip, and that is an important one. That's a safety tip.
Absolutely. Let's talk about council.
Council does meet the first and third Mondays at 7 o'clock, so the next one will be December 7th. For many World War II veterans, that means a day of infamy. Pearl Harbor comes back. There are a few World War II survivors still around, veterans. So we offer our thoughts for them and their service to our country. But December 7th will be a Troy City Council meeting, 7 o'clock at City Hall. And we hope everybody will either tune in or stop by and visit. Election results are in. I might as well mention that. Election results are final. We do have an outgoing member of council who's chosen to retire from many years of service on city council, Al Clark. I want to thank him for his service and his dedication to our community. Obviously, we've been able to move forward, and I think most people would think that we're a pretty vibrant community in Troy, Ohio, USA, and that's due to our administration and to our city council and to our legal system as well. So Al Clark leaves us, and John Terwilliger has been voted in by the people to take his place, and so we will have a new member of council to start the year off in 2016, and that'll be John Terwilliger. Many people know John, a longtime educator, great family person, and also coach here, and so he's coming, and I know he has a lot of love for the city and will continue to move our city forward. Also, I might as well mention, John Stickle has been our auditor for the last 4 years, and he's going to be stepping down from that position. John Frege, who's another he's been in this community a long, long time. I won't say how many years, but he and I have been friends, and he's going to step into the auditor's position in January, and I know he's going to do a wonderful job too, keeping us fiscally sound and with good stewardship. I might have mentioned another individual who's going to be leaving us. He's a Board of Park Commissioner, Stan Phillips. Stan was one of the first appointees that I had the opportunity to appoint when I became mayor. He's been on the Board of Park Commissioners, and anybody that knows and drives around Troy knows our parks are second to none.
They're
wonderful.
They're just beautiful.
And that's due to the 3 Board of Park Commissioners supervising, monitoring, making sure everything looks good, and the activities are all real positive for people of all ages, young and older alike. And Stan Phillips will be stepping down from that position. We have yet to find somebody to take his place, but we do have Al Cappers and Becky Pierce, who are 2 of the 3 Board Park Commissioners who will continue. And certainly we wish Stan, his wife, the best in their retirement, stepping down. But Stan was a valuable person on the Board of Park Commissioners for many years, and we wish him the very best.
All right. You just mentioned something that kind of threw me off a little bit, Mayor, because we're thinking about Christmas coming up right here. So is 2016. It's just around the corner.
Well, we said December, and we want to focus on that as it leads into the winter season. But January is right there, and that's a whole new year for us. And we have a lot of great possibilities as we move forward with our vision, our strategic plan for the future of Troy, and we have good leadership from the administration, as well as in our legislative branch and our auditor, and in our judicial system. Grant Kerber will be taking Jim Livingston's place. I should have mentioned that. So Grant Kerber, who has been our law director in past, then Jim Livingston, and now Grant's going to come back and be our law director here in the city of Troy. So we have the 3 branches of government working together: the executive, the judicial, and the legislative.
What's good when it all works together.
It certainly is good.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Anything else you'd like to add this morning?
Clint, keep the voice singing there.
Oh, I'll have it ready for tomorrow.
Okay, you just enjoy.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We look forward to seeing you out at the Hayner as well. This has been the Mayor's Report. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.